Mayor Adams just had his arraignment and is now outside of federal court in Lower Manhattan pleading not guilty. His attorney speaking. Let's listen in.
The second thing that happened in court today is that we let the court know that next week we'll be filing a motion to dismiss. We expect these charges to be dismissed. You all remember the Brian Benjamin case, similar shaky theory. That case was dismissed. Same prosecutors, same theory, but the spectacle of this so exciting to them that they wanted to bring another one of these cases. This case isn't even a real case. This is the airline upgrade corruption case. The third thing we said is that we demand that they bring exculpatory information and the discovery to court on Wednesday. As you know from looking at the indictment and from what happened in court, there are no emails, text messages, or any corroboration whatsoever that the mayor knew about anything having to do with these campaign donations. The entire body of evidence is one staffer that says there was a conversation. What you have not learned is that that staffer has lied, and the government is in possession of that lie. When that staffer was first interviewed, that staffer said that Mayor Adams knew nothing about this, he was not involved in this, and that he is innocent. They have that information. They have not turned that over to us. They have not turned that over to you. And so it sort of does not surprise us that they did not answer any questions at that press conference, their conference the other day. They have no answer for any of these questions. They have that information. They have not turned that over to us. They have not turned that over to you. And so it sort of does not surprise us that they did not answer any questions at that press conference, their little press conference the other day. They have no answer for any of these questions. And they didn't want to stick around from questions either. Questions like, why are they doing this? Why are they targeting him? The questions you all started to ask as they were leaving. They normally answer questions. They didn't want to stay for questions in this case. And they left, and they made this assertion, or they implied that somehow he's disappointing people, or that people ought to be disappointed in him. It's not him doing this. It's the other government that everybody should be disappointed in, bringing this case against the sitting mayor. I don't have anything further today, and thank you all.
If Hochul calls on you to resign, will you?
That was Mayor Eric Adams' attorney, Alex Spiro, in Lower Manhattan outside of federal court, where the mayor has pled not guilty to 5 charges of federal corruption. You are watching live images right now from outside the courthouse as Mayor Adams gets back into his SUV to drive away from court. He was in that courtroom and he said a few words to the judge, which is, "I plead not guilty, Your Honor." He was released without bail with some conditions that he not speak to witnesses or anybody who is involved in this case and in these charges. And he was warned that if he fails to appear or violates the terms of the agreement, he will be rearrested. And he also part of his agreement was that he did not have to turn in his passport. So that is the historic news today. The first time a sitting mayor inside a courtroom pleading not guilty to a federal judge on 5 charges here, federal charges. Of course, we are all over the story every step of the way. We have our James Ford and Eileen LaPalmer outside of the courthouse. They will have full updates tonight, beginning on the Pix 11 News at 4 p.m. But again, you just heard from the attorney talk about how they're going to ask for the next court date to be Wednesday, October 2nd at 10:30 in the morning, where they want very specific evidence brought before that judge. They are now in their calls that this is not a real case and that they want a speedy trial. So next Wednesday is the next court date for Mayor Eric Adams. We'll have much more tonight on the Pix 11 News beginning at 4 p.m. In the meantime, everybody, I'm Dan Manarino. Do not forget, tonight there's a special edition of Pix on Politics live at 6:30, where we'll be covering all aspects of this case and going one-on-one with Jumaane Williams, the man who could potentially be the next interim mayor if the mayor resigns. That is tonight at 6:30. For now, I'm Dan Manarino. We're going to return you to regular programming.
This has been breaking news from Pix 11.